already curious about the energies that 2025 are gonna bring to you? Well, then you're at the right place, because in this video, I'm gonna discuss the year 2025 in terms of your personal year number through the lens of numerology. My name is Leandra. I'm actually a human design expert and I give human design readings, but also very drawn to numerology and astrology and tarot and any other system that can help understand ourselves better. And therefore I give human design readings and energy readings. And if you want to work with me, you can find all my links down below. But yeah, let's look at the energies that are gonna be present in 2025, and probably you can already start to sense and feel a little bit shift in your energies, because we're in something right now called the transition period. So about 2 months before the new year starts, so starting from October, November, we can already start to sense and feel a little bit about the energies that are going to come in our life in 2025. And we need to distinguish between a collective energy that we're finding throughout the whole year that usually starts from January, but also, as I said, in the transition period already of the new year and goes until December of the same year. And then we also have a personal year number, and there's two different ways on looking at that. So your personal year number determines what your personal energies are, and they're going to obviously mix with the collective number that we're seeing. And your personal year number, either there's two different ways on looking at it, goes from January also till December of that year, or from your birthday till your next birthday. And in my personal observation, it is more accurate if you take the date of your birthday into consideration, which would mean that, let's say your birthday is in May, you will start to feel your personal year number, which we're going to talk about in a second, starting from May, and it goes until May 2026. And until May 2025, you will still have the energy that was from the year before, so starting in 2024. So let's start about how we actually find out what our year number is. And the first thing that we can do, which is very easy, is that we look at the collective number, and we're going to calculate that by putting all the numbers from the year together, which would mean in 2024 it would be 2 plus 2 plus 4, we don't count the 0, which would equal to an 8. Which means that 2025 is going to be 2 plus 2 plus 5, and that equals a 9. So starting from January, we will feel the energy of the year number 9, collectively speaking. So in collective themes, the 9 as a frequency is going to show up. What is the 9 all about? The 9 is all about ending cycles. It's about transformation. It is about clearing and cleansing things. So I actually observed, which is very funny, that lately a lot of people already start to put out a lot of free stuff. People want to sell their things. And that is a very typical sign of a 9 energy, meaning you want to let go of things. Maybe a lot of your exes come back in your life and you need to have that final conversation with them, or a lot of old friendships get brought up again and it's time to kind of wrap it up things. Or in your current maybe relationship, there's something that you need to cleanse and clear, or you will have a breakup. Not that I'm manifesting your breakup, so don't be afraid. It doesn't need to happen, but it can potentially mean ends of cycles. Last year was my personal year number 9, and I can tell you I had so many closures with things I needed to clean up a storage. I was ending a lot of internal themes, and I ended a lot of connections that were not benefiting anymore. So a lot of things that are just needing to be wrapped up. So interestingly enough, we see that collectively speaking, which means we're really on the end of a 9-year cycle that needs to get brought to closure. And everyone on some level probably is gonna feel that. And I'm really curious to see how we can maybe see that also collectively speaking in terms of politics, or maybe some other bigger themes where maybe wars are getting brought to an end and it's the final peak basically. A 9 numerology year is not necessarily easy, so I'm very excited how this is gonna turn out, because it is connected with so much of the feeling of loss maybe, or so much of the feeling of needing to let go, and not for everyone this is an easy thing to do, obviously. So take that energy, and now we're mixing that with your personal year number. And your personal year number is going to be calculated by the day of your birth and the month of your birth. So let's say your birthday is on the 6th of May. You want to calculate 6 plus 5, which would equal an 11, and you add up the 11 to a 9, which would be a 20. And then you want to add 2 plus 0, which would be obviously a 2. So you want to add it down until you have a one single digit number. Let me give you another example. You're born on the 1st of January. You want to add 1 plus 1 is 11. 1 plus 1 is 2. And you add that to the 9, which would mean it is an 11. And actually the 11 is very special because we do not necessarily add them to a 2. And I will speak about that in a second. So once you have found your personal year number, and I'm also going to add a link down where you can calculate that again, we're going to go through all of the different numbers right now, and you can either listen to all of them or skip ahead. So if you are in a one personal year in 2025, it's going to be all about new beginnings. So last year you had the 9, and this year you therefore go back to the 1, which means you have closed out a lot of old chapters. You have ideally cleansed everything and already maybe prepared in your last year for the new year up to come, which is this year, the 1 year, where it's all about laying a solid foundation. Maybe you start a new job, maybe you start a new relationship, maybe you start a new business. It is very beneficial, these energies right now, that you get a new start and into everything, in all parts of your life, in all areas of your life. And right now I'm actually in a one personal year, which I'm feeling so much. I started my YouTube channel this year. I really changed and shifted focus on my business. I went to Australia in the beginning of the year. So I found a new friendships in the beginning of this year. So it's really about completely reinventing and starting a new cycle. So everything that you're starting right now, that's what you're building upon in the next years. And therefore it is so crucial and so important that you use that energy and don't get stuck in the old cycles, really being brave enough to go out there and do it. The one energy is sometimes a little bit more of a lonely or independent energy. So it means that maybe you just want to follow what feels right for you, and not necessarily all about taking care of this and taking care of that and looking for these people and looking for that people. It is really about bringing the determination and having your goals inside, whatever you want to bring into this new cycle. So use these energies, because everything else is building up on the one personal year and the foundation you're laying here. Let me know if you're a personal year number 1 in the comments, and if you're already maybe feeling it right now slipping up, and also maybe how your last year has been. Has it been difficult? Yeah. Also, you have the 9 and the 1 together, which is not really super compatible, to be honest. So maybe there are still a few more things that need to find closure, and at the same time you feel the energy of wanting to create something new. So sometimes there might be a little bit of a push and pull dynamic that can happen here. If you are in a 2 personal year in 2025, well, then last year was all about new beginnings, and this year is all about connections. It's about the others. So meaning it could be a year full of new relationships. Maybe you find a new partnership if you're not in one existing already, or you meet a lot of new cool people that you can collaborate with. And ideally you have laid all the foundations last year, maybe in your business, also in your private life, where you now have a stable foundation to build upon. That means that all the connection that you're now building can maybe help you in your endeavors to move forward. And it is very much related on the connections that you're having in your life. However, it also can feel like a little bit of a less energy year, meaning you need a lot of also time to slow down, to wind down. Maybe also a very intuitive year where you're really tapping into your intuitive gifts, are more sensitive, feel more vulnerable than usually, and you might need a little bit of a slow down than last year. Last year was really full on with the energy probably for you because you were in a 1 year, and this year is a little bit more of a slow burn. But that's okay, let it happen, because you will need your energies actually for the next year. So the more you can relax into it and use these energies, the better. And yeah, you have it in combination with a 9-year collectively speaking, as I was mentioning in the beginning. So it is still about maybe also cleansing and clearing out old relationships that do not serve you anymore, and then bringing in new fresh relationships that feel much more aligned to who you are now and that you truly are. If you are in a 3 personal year, well, congratulations, that's an amazing one. This is all about going out, exploring, adventuring, about harnessing your creativity. It is about having fun. So the 3 is one of the best years that you could wish for. So happy you. Use these energies to really let go, let loose a little bit, explore yourself, maybe go travel, do all these things with other people, maybe also tapping more into your creative side and see what wants to be created, what wants to be channeled through you, because this is a year that really benefits that and that really supports these sort of energies. Last year, I had a few friends that were in a 3 year and they had so much fun. They were going on festivals all the time. They were traveling. They just met new people all the time. So really enjoy this time. It's about moving your life forwards in order to also seeing the accomplishments and really also focusing on what you want to bring creatively into this world. Are you in a 3 year? Let me know in the comments. And if you maybe already feeling the energy coming in. Yeah, next we have the 4 personal year in 2025, and the 4 personal year is about laying solid foundation. It is about work, and I'm sorry to tell you that, but that's gonna be a really, really busy year for you. You gotta be full on working probably. So many different new projects are gonna come in, and you're gonna be extremely busy. I know quite a few people among my mom and one of my best friends in a 4 year, and geez, let me tell you, they're so extremely busy, it's hard to actually even catch up with them. So yeah, that is also something that you need to work on, finding your work-life balance here, right? Not overdoing it with the work, but also finding healthy routines, finding healthy structures, bringing your life and your work schedule into structure so you're not completely stressed by everything that is coming up, but you find actually your routines and you find the things that help you navigate all these workloads. It can also be a great year to actually relocate or maybe buy some property, because the 4 is also connected to real estate and also to home as a solid foundation. So maybe you're moving this year, or maybe you move to a different city, or maybe you're buying a new home, maybe you move apartments, however. So that is going to be the energy that could potentially show up for you. And it's also maybe focused on your home and family life, also getting a structure and a routine here, or laying solid foundation with your relationships, with the people around you, with your home life, basically. Let me know in the comments if that resonates and if you're already feeling maybe that this might show up for you in the energy setup to come. Next, we have the 5 personal year in 2025. The 5 now is all about freedom. It is about travel. It's about unexpected events. So that's a great year again. I love the 5 energy because sudden unexpected things can happen and show up for you. It is about regaining your freedom also. Maybe you felt a little bit restricted and a little bit tied down in the last year specifically, where it was a lot about work, where it's a lot about doing, and now is the energy to break free again and maybe do a long trip or go on this world travel that you wanted to do, or be a digital nomad, or visit friends abroad, or maybe exploring polyamorous relationships or opening your relationship if that was something you want to explore. So it's about having freedom and wanting to explore yourself, wanting adventure. It is a very freedom-seeking energy, that the 5 energy. But be aware that this could also be something which brings unexpected events. So some things can just happen, and you need to be aware that these can show up. So prepare yourself for not being too rigid, not being too stiff in your points of views, in the way that you live your life, because this really helps you be more free and allow that aspect of you also to come into your life. And after that, we have the 6 energy. If you are in a 6 personal year in 2025, this is all about family topics, family situations, and about connections, maybe a partnership. It could be a year where you marry, or where you find a very significant relationship, or where you get children, or where you move in with your partner or with your family. It could be a year that is also back focused on your family of origin, and there are some themes that are coming up that you need to work through. What I personally saw with my clients is that in a 6 year, often old patterns or old family beliefs are coming up that you need to work through, or that a lot of things from your childhood come back up in order for you to be able to heal that. So it's a beautiful energy to do a lot of deep healing. It's a beautiful energy to work with others, to be with others, to reconnect with family, where family is really in the forefront. And actually, one of my friends, he actually went very viral on Instagram, actually, as he was in a 6 personal year, because he did videos with his family. So that could be something that is showing. It was very specific, but that is very much aligned with the 6 energy, just to give you a short little example here. Yeah, and let me know in the comments if that resonates. If you are in a 7 personal year, this is all about spirituality. This is about the bigger question. And I'm sorry to tell you this, but a 7 year can be a little bit challenging. It doesn't have to be. I don't want to manifest anything, but it is really about looking inwards. It is about healing things. It is about a little bit more going into hermit mode, maybe rethinking, restructuring things in your life in terms of a mental plane. It is a very mental energy that can get you a lot up in your head, where you overthink maybe, or also educating yourself about certain themes that are important for you, also maybe about spiritual themes. A lot of people find their spirituality or religion or any sort of this philosophical nature in a 7 year, where they're looking for greater meaning. You may revisit or re-question a lot of things in your life. Am I still happy with my job? Am I still happy in the way that I live my life? Am I still happy in my relationship? You might do a lot of thinking about it, and then maybe also get to conclusions. But the 7 year is not necessarily about taking action on that. It is more about getting clarity, and take care that you don't get into mental anxiety about that, or that you find your ways and tools how to maybe get a little bit out of your head, get more grounded. Then also your body will need a little bit more of a slow burn, a little bit more of a slow downtime, let's say. So also give your body maybe a little bit more of an easy time. Allow yourself to relax, allow yourself to be well nurtured, to have a lot of time for yourself, to wind down. You might not be fully busy all the time, and that's okay. You know, you need these energies actually in order for next year to be successful, which we're going to talk about in a second. And if you are in a 8 numerology year, then now is the time to manifest, to be active, to be busy. It is all about finances, it's about work, it is about really going out there, showing yourself, and being more active. In the last year, you've probably been a little bit tired, a little bit exhausted from the 7 year, and now the energy will come back. The energy will give you all the energy to put all the ideas out there, recenter yourself, restructure yourself. Maybe the theme of money can show up, so you get your money themes straight and you get your money themes in order and in check. It could be about business, But also the 8 is actually an interesting one because it's very karmic. If you look at the sign of an 8, it's an infinity sign, right? And the theme here is what comes around goes around. So all the work that you have been putting in the last 8 years into yourself, in your business, in your relationship, that's what's going to come back to you. And hopefully you've been doing a lot of good things, so all the good things can come back to you. And collectively speaking, in 2024, we were in an 8 year, or we are in an 8 year. And in my life, I can really see that everything I've been working on is coming back to me now as positive results. Or a lot of money that I thought I lost or I put somewhere is now coming back this year to me, finding their way back. So these can be things that happen in an 8 year, and therefore the 8 year is very powerful. You will probably feel a lot of energy, very energized, and it's a beautiful year to really manifest, get your things in action. Don't just lean back, just allow yourself to step into your power and bring the things forward or move the things forward that matter to you. And last but not least, we have the 9 numerology year, and the 9 and the other 9 that you will have in 2025. Oh my God, this is a double ending, double closing out your closet kind of situation. So this will be a full-on ending period for you. Revisit all the conversations that you still need to have with people to kind of feel easy and good with it, and end things. You might let go of friendships. You might let go of a relationship that no longer serves you. You might want to move houses, let go of something. You might leave a place. You might leave a job. Whatever it is for you, you need to really use this energy to close things off. And don't be afraid of that, because everything that you're closing now leaves you with a blank canvas, a blank sleeve basically for the next year, so you can start from the beginning. So you are not taking anything that bothers you, that no longer serves you, into that new cycle that is about to come for you. So therefore it's so important that you let go and really head on face the things that still need to be ended. And that can be difficult, that can be extremely difficult, right? But it's very necessary, and always keep in mind it's just that period, right? And new energies will be coming. Last year I had my 9, and that was a big one. It was not necessarily the easiest year, but it's so worth it, because now in my 1 year it feels absolutely amazing. And I'm glad I ended a lot of things, because that really gives you the new starter energy. It is not necessarily recommended to buy huge things in a 9 year, because you might not want to pursue these things in a 1 year, and not to make major life decisions, let's say getting married or getting kids or whatever. I would wait until you're in a 1 year, because that's the energies where it's really about the new start and the new beginning. Also about, as I said, major purchases or something where you're like, oh, I want to start a new hobby, I want to play tennis, and you buy all this expensive tennis equipment, but then you might realize a year later, oh, actually, I don't want to do this anymore. But you make your own decisions, so check in with yourself, what feels right, what feels correct. And last but not least, we have a special one. If you have an 11, it is actually not calculated down, at least not really, into a 2. The 11, 2, as we say, is a very spiritual one, is basically like the 1 and the 2 together, because we have the 1 and the 1, and that equals a 2. So you will have parts of the 1 energy, but also parts of the 2 energy, which makes you even more creative, which gives you the energy of the new start, but also it's about relationships. So it could mean new relationships coming in your life. It could make you very spiritual, or want to follow or pursue spiritual endeavor and master maybe something about your spirituality or spiritual life, or master your creativity. So it's a year of mastery. So if you are in 11 year, which my year is going to be, interestingly enough, that could be the themes that are showing up as a very special one. So use this energy again in order to make it your best year. And that's everything I got to say. I'm super curious how it shows up for you. yeah, let me know in the comments also if you have anything to add. What year are you in currently? And yeah, if you want to have a reading done for me, I'm super happy about that. Find me and my links in the description box below. I'm sending you so much love, and bye for now.